Hey folks, Andrew Bopros here. Well, I'm doing a quick video on Jesse Minter and also talking about our new addition to the team. It happened just this morning. Ben Herbert, strength and conditioning coach. Man, it's interesting when Jim Harbaugh was discussed as coming over to the Chargers. It took a long time because you know what? He wanted to bring over his entire staff, and it's going to change exactly what we have moving forward. There's going to be a lot more discussion about offensive coordinator, special teams coach. There's a lot more happening. We're going to focus on defense today. Had to throw back my Phil Rivers throwback I bought out in Las Vegas the other day. Went to this vintage shop. They had it there. I had to scoop it up. And, hey, look at Jimbo Harbaugh right here. He's got the same type of jersey. So it's exciting. Guys, I'm excited to see what we got going moving forward. Jesse Minter, a lot to discuss with him, man. A lot to discuss. So, guys, let's get into it. Bull Bros! As always, folks, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bopros. So again, Jim Harbaugh is our guy, right? We're excited to have him. He's doing a great job already. There's a lot going on with how he's going to change the culture. It's a big part of this conversation, right? Why was he hired? It was culture change. We needed that. We had no dog in us at all. We played soft. Now I'm going to talk about Ben Herbert. That guy is the definition of hard. I know that sounds a little weird to say, but we're going to talk more about that. But Jesse Minter, what does he bring to the table? Pretty interesting conversation. I try to describe Brandon Staley's pattern match zone defense. Jesse Minter has something completely different. So he runs a variation of really a 3-4 or 4-2-5 kind of scheme at Michigan. It really is more of a dose of like cover 3 and cover 1, right? So he doesn't do cover 2. He talks a lot differently about how the NFL is very different than college. So he's probably going to run some sort of variation on that. Now, the difference is what he wants to do during the coverages. Again, the pros and the NFL or college are very different, right? So, but he really has 4 pillars, at least in Michigan. I'm assuming he's going to bring some sort of variation of this to the NFL. But what he says is there's 4 things. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this, right here. So the 4 pillars that he's going to focus on is block destruction. Okay. Win your blocks, obnoxious communication on the defense, which is good. Everyone says you have to have a vocal communication on the defensive side. A loud defense is a good defense. Shocking effort, which you saw 100% with Michigan, and ball disruption. Those are the 4 pillars that he's going to focus on. And again, it says a lot to the general concept of what he wants to bring to the Chargers. And again, that's really what he's going to do, folks. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to play a lot more press man. Everything I'm seeing moving forward about that, he plays a lot more press man. He does play zone, obviously cover 3 and cover 1. Again, it's completely different from what Brandon Staley ran, which is cover 2. And Jesse Minter watched this video where he talked quite a bit about how, in the NFL, the 2 safeties play super deep. He says in college, it does not happen. We want those safeties to come down and really, affect, the run game and also, pass coverage as well too. Also help, try to eliminate the deep threat. But again, Brandon Staley, that's why he had 2 high safeties, but they never even stopped any of the explosive plays. They were always available. So he's going to be more aggressive. The whole focus is going to be more aggressive, more downhill attacking the ball in general, right? And that's a big part of what he's going to bring to the table. So again, let's look at Jesse Minter's statistics, shall we? And just sort of see what he did at Michigan, why he's risen through the ranks. And again, the Chargers are going to be Ravens West. We've already talked about this. The Chargers are going to be the Ravens, right? He was with the Ravens for quite some time. He was now at Michigan, did a great job. So let's look at some statistics. In 2021 or 2022, he was 6th in points per game allowed, 16.1. Total yards, 5th. Sack rate, and this is 2022, 33rd. Yards allowed, 3.3 per rushing attempt. So again, in 2023, again, 1st, 2nd. Sack rate, 14th. And 6th. Guys, bottom line, Jesse Minter has definitely made this defense better. Well, I asked myself this question, when I sit back and think about his improvement as a defensive coordinator, I asked myself about this question. Well, how did he improve the defense so much? Well, I'm going to argue that it was really Ben Herbert who made a huge difference. And, I want to talk a little bit about Ben Herbert in general. A couple things that John Harbaugh said specifically about Ben Herbert. And I quote, to me, Ben Herbert is the X factor to our entire football program. Harbaugh said, the level of conditioning, the level of strength, and the mental toughness has been the center of it. You think about at any given moment, any defensive player or offensive player can call the right play, but if it's not executed properly, it's not going to be executed properly. It's just not going to work. So clearly Harbaugh wanted Ben Herbert here. He was just signed today. So who is Ben Herbert? Let's talk about him as well. And again, I'm going to talk more about Jesse Minter in later videos as well too. But again, there's a lot to be said about where, Ben Herbert is, what Ben Herbert does, and what he brings to the table. And I'm going to show you a quick video that just shows you exactly the type of mental fortitude that this guy is going to bring to the team. And that's really what he was saying. Again, he's the X factor, right? How do you get guys to become boys to men, right? You want them to become dogs, absolute animals, ravenous wolves. And again, what, Jesse Minter said is, again, what are the 4 pillars again? Block destruction, obnoxious communication, shocking efforts, and ball disruption. You don't get that if you're playing soft. The Chargers have always played soft. Again, we ran this team a lot like a resort under Brandon Staley. It's not going to be the same way, guys. It'll be very interesting to see how it plays out moving forward. So let's talk a little bit about, again, Ben Herbert. Again, strength and conditioning coach. I'm very curious to see what happens with the other strength and conditioning coaches we have now. I don't know if they're going to be assistants. I'm not quite sure how that plays out. But there's going to be a lot to be said about how he's going to improve this team. So let me just play a clip that is going to give you an idea of who Ben Herbert is. It's a very short clip. It's about 30 some seconds long. But this just goes to show you the level of competition that they are going to bring to this team to get this team to move the right direction. Okay. So let me hit play on this. There's Ben Herbert right in the middle. Clearly they're just hanging on, holding on. Who can last longer? Listen to him.
Listen! When it's time to compete, you're ready to compete. Don't matter what the challenge. Doesn't matter what time of day, what the weather's like, how long it's going to take. Whatever we got to do, that's what we got to do. We roll. We roll. We roll. We roll. Blue on me. Blue on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, folks. Let me just, I'll pause it there at this point. But guys, let's just have a real conversation around what this team has lacked. That type of toughness, right? I'm going to win. The guy in front of me is not going to beat me. I'm going to beat him. There is a lack of mental toughness this Chargers organization has always had. You have to understand moving forward, we're going to get nasty, we're going to get ugly, and we're going to get mean. And that's what the Chargers are going to be moving forward, folks. So again, finesse, all the above, it's going to be one thing. We're going to have power run, smash mouth defense. That's going to be the main focus on it. Again, and guys like Ben Herbert are going to change the organization. You're going to see some hits, folks, right? People are going to play nasty. I'm going to do a video on the people that I think are really going to be Harbaugh's guys, things like that moving forward. But Ben Herbert's going to really be changing the organization in general. But guys, what do you think? I know this is a short little video. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I'm probably going to try and break down some more defensive schemes for you guys moving forward on Jesse Minter. But I just want to talk about Jesse Minter, talk about Ben Herbert. What are your thoughts? Good, bad? I want to hear your thoughts in general on this signing of Ben Herbert. So guys, as always, Andrew, Bull Pros, see you guys in the next one.